Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome in to today's streamer support AMA. Of course, you're watching a recording, but I wanted to upload this to YouTube because I know that there's some streamers out there that may benefit from hearing some of these conversations. So I'll do my best to edit it down and give you something really impactful if you've never met before. My name's Ryan and Snoop. I'm retired, and I retired at the age of 27, and now I just spend all my time on Twitch and building the No Gamer Left Behind mission. It's our mission to help gamers feel less alone, and yeah, it's something I'm very passionate about because 6 months ago I was very alone, and all of this kind of happened just because a TikTok blew up, and I've been going relentless towards this mission since about a month and a half ago. So I'm really passionate about it. But I know that even if other streamers aren't, I'm directly promoting them. I know that a lot of them share my ideal for No Gamer Left Behind. So if I can help other streamers grow as a result, we help more gamers. So, because that's what it's about, right? When you're on Twitch, it's about creating this community and fostering it. So whether you're a part of my community or you have your own, doesn't matter. You're pushing the mission forward, even if I don't know about it, as long as you share in the values. So we're gonna get started. Let's jam. So quick shift going from YouTube, talking at YouTube, to now talking to you guys. So I'm just gonna edit this part out, right? What can I help you guys with? My outcome is for you to leave here today with not only questions answered, but hopefully the most value possible, whether that's creating a roadmap for getting to where you want to get to, setting goals, talking about the mental side of it, whatever it is. So, hey, Parakeet, welcome in.
Hey, Parakeet.
I know it's pretty late. Oh, actually, it's 7 o'clock where she is. That's not too bad.
It's early. It's 6 o'clock, so I'm all
Oh,
good.
6 o'clock. Oh, that's good. Um, so I guess we'll just go one at a time. We have a pretty small group, so I'm not worried about people talking over each other. But instead of me just talking at you, does anyone have a question to start? And we can kind of, pitch and catch a little bit.
I guess I can kick us off.
Yeah, go ahead, voice.
More, I guess it would be more outreach, how to actually like bring people in. There are different strategies to that. Some people you use big flashy titles, big capital letters. What are some other ways that you can bring people in and possibly maintain them?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question, man. So let's do this really quick. Let me actually take. Let me tag. Let me actually do this really quick as well. I'm gonna say. What is this called? Happening now. Jump in and grow your Twitch. Oh, whoops.
Excuse me.
You're good. I'm just gonna tag all the Twitch streamer role because I forgot to. Okay. So let me find this video. I'm gonna go over what I talk about in the video. I'm gonna try to condense it, but I'm gonna tag you the voice. So there's a video that will have everything I'm about to say in a condensed format in a YouTube video in case you ever want to go back to it. But let's go over that right now. So when you're thinking about bringing people to your stream, think of it almost as a funnel, right? A funnel, if you can imagine it, starts big on top and then gets smaller and smaller and smaller towards the bottom, right? And we could say that at the bottom of the funnel is getting an active viewer. Is that fair?
That's a fair analogy.
Sure. So like fair, the bottom being an active viewer. Now, some people might say, actually, the bottom is not an active viewer. The bottom is actually somebody who allows you to keep streaming on Twitch, or what we would call I don't know, we could call it anything, but let's just say somebody who contributes to your channel. So not only are they an active viewer, but they are somebody who donates to your channel a lot. I would probably say that that's even probably more what's the word? that's like a level higher than just having an active viewer, right? Because like we could probably look at it in like uh, uh, delineating by like a tenth every time, where it's like if you have 10 active viewers, you might have one that kind of is contributing the most to your channel. So of course, if you're looking to make this a full-time thing, a lot of people are afraid of setting goals around income. But if your goal is to go full-time, income is a part of that. So we would probably say the bottom isn't only an active viewer, but it's somebody who contributes to your channel often. Would that probably be fair, Voice, to say that way?
Someone who contributes fairly often, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if we look at the top, the very, very, very top, what we're trying to do first, before we create titles, before we actually, let me give you guys a visual. Do you mind if I give you a visual? Would that be helpful? Let me actually open my paint, because I don't know about you, but I am an extremely visual person. I would give you my camera right now, but I actually can't because it's being used in OBS. So I'm just going to give you this. Let me know if you can see my paint there.
No, we see it.
All right, give me one
Let
second,
me pull it up.
because I'm going to get this pulled up on my OBS as well. Also, I know you guys aren't talking right now, and that's totally fine, but I just wanted to welcome in Vicious, Taylene, and An. Welcome in, guys. All right, let us get spicy. I'm just making this a little bigger for Twitch, or sorry, for the thing. Now, I apologize in advance for the poor handwriting. It's going to be pretty poor, but we're going to deal with it. Okay, so if we can think about this funnel, right? At the bottom, right here, is having somebody who is, we'll call active viewer, and they essentially help you stay on Twitch. So they are, we'll just say, a contributor. Oof. Can you guys read a little bit of what that says? I know that's painful to look at.
Yeah, I can make it out.
All right, cool.
It's easy to read it. It's paint. You're doing it with your mouse, so it's good no matter what you do.
That is too kind, and I don't deserve it.
It's legible. I don't think most people can make it legible in paint.
Very kind, sir.
I know I can't.
So we'll say contributor is the ultimate goal for a viewer on Twitch, right? But then above that, we have active viewer. And obviously there's a bunch of stuff in between, right? Active viewer, we could say like, we'll just call it a viewer. It's not someone who's active a lot. Maybe they pop in and out. And then above that, we might have follower, right? Where they follow you, but maybe only catch a couple of streams. And then above that, you might have something like, we'll just say unknown, right?
Lurkers?
So we'll call lurkers, we'll put them in with viewers, right?
Fair.
Yeah. So the question is, you had mentioned titles, right? Leveraging titles, leveraging essentially your go live notification for getting people to your stream. Now that's awesome. But what you will find is that the average Twitch streamer, or not average, yeah, actually we'll say average, gets about 0.5 to 1% of their viewers, 1% of their followers to become active. So what does that mean? That means that if you have 1,000 followers, you will get anywhere from, 5 to 10 people watching you at one time, like active viewers. That's kind of the average. If you are exceptional at what you do, you might find it's closer to 2%. If you're doing something really special, like a subathon or something like that, you might even crank this up to 3 to 5%. But as an average, 1% is the goal, but if you can get 2%, you're looking really good. And what this, of course, comes down to is the quality of your content, right? Which is not what we're talking about at this exact moment. But to leverage titles is essentially to be able to cater to your followers, right? Here's the thing. Even if you're amazing and you're able to get a 2% follower to active viewer in any given stream, if you only have 200 followers, that's only 4 viewers. So the focus, whenever we're thinking as a Twitch streamer, how to leverage our time to get the biggest result, we need to think how much time, like let's say I could invest an hour of time. what is going to get me the highest result? Working on titles to get maybe an extra one person there at the current current numbers, current follower count? Or is it getting people that don't yet know who you are to find out who you are? Bringing them from the unknown to the known to increase that follower count. I think it's that, right? Because if you spend an hour on TikTok creating a good TikTok, like really an hour, one to two TikToks, you could get, if it does well, or once it gains traction, you can gain 50 to 100 followers from a single TikTok. And that's how I went from zero. Like a lot of people assume that I had a following when I started this in May. I had no following. No one knew who I was. I mean, I guess you could say people knew who I was from the gym industry, but they don't care that I'm streaming on Twitch. I don't give a shit. I had no viewers, right? It was only when I got on TikTok that all of this started to go, and we went from 0 to like 4,000 followers in like 2 or 3 months or something. But that's the name of the game. So to answer your question, I wouldn't focus on titles first to get more viewers. I would focus on this. Get people from the unknown to the known. If you provide something good, they will follow you. Because just because somebody knows about you, right? Like if somebody, runs an ad in front of my face and is like, come join my Twitch stream. That's not value. I'm just going to scroll right the hell past that. Or for me, if somebody just like, creates a TikTok and they're like, hey guys, I'm a new Twitch streamer. Come join my Twitch. That's not valuable. Get out of here. The only reason that somebody would click on that is because they sympathize with it and they want to support them just as they want to be supported, which is fine, but it's a finite game. A follow for follow is not a good strategy to grow. It's not. So that would be my thoughts. I know that's a lot already, but is that making sense, or do you have any questions on that? Voice?
No questions on that particular portion.
Okay. Yep.
You're fine.
Oh, I can hear you. It's a little broken up, but...
Sorry, I was probably a little bit farther away from my mic.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's a little staticky, but it might be me. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
It is a little staticky voice. Just a
Yeah, I
touch.
hear it too.
I'll have to fix that a little bit later then.
Yeah, no sweat. All right, keep going.
I think a concern, like using a TikTok, that kind of thing.
Yes.
I think for some of us, I can only speak for me.
Yes.
I am not a good TikToker, if you will.
Sure.
Mainly because it's like thinking up of just something even mildly interesting. Maybe it might get like 5 likes, or maybe
Yes.
something great will happen. Just actually figuring out what to actually do, what content to create on that particular platform.
Yes, sir. That is a awesome follow-up to that.
Ooh, what did I do?
Oh, what? What?
Oh, no, never mind. No.
Oh, that was an awesome follow-up, man. So I can tell you, I know exactly where you're coming from. Holy moly. A lot of people think that, like, so for me, I feel like I can talk on this at least a little bit because, I have 300,000 followers on TikTok. Now, that doesn't really mean anything. Getting followers on TikTok doesn't mean anything, just so we're on the same page. Being TikTok famous doesn't mean anything. The way the algorithm works is once you get like 1,000 followers, it doesn't matter. You're only as good as your last piece of content, right? If followers mattered, I would have more than 1,000 followers. I'm sorry, 1,000 views on every single video, but I don't because some of the videos I post don't hit, and that's fine. So, but a lot of people think that for me, I just open the TikTok app and my brain is filled with ideas. And I'm like, oh yeah, baby, like, I'm not viral. I'm just a viral guy. And that's just not true. I suck at TikTok on my own. Now here's what I mean. Only probably 2 to 5% of the TikToks I make are original. Whoa. Hold on a sec. So then where do you get the ideas? 95 to 98% is from consuming content, right? So what I do, if I have no ideas, which is the majority of the time, I sit on TikTok and I scroll for 20, 30 minutes and I find the TikToks that essentially I know I can, shift or relate to my niche, gaming, Twitch streaming, helping Twitch streamers, whatever, right? So you do need a little bit of creativity, but the brilliant part is if you find something in the gaming niche that you think you can do, you replicate it. I think what holds a lot of people back on TikTok is they feel like every thought, everything they make has to be original. And that's just not what TikTok is. I've had people, it's a mental block, if I'm being honest. And I'm not saying you have this voice. I'm just saying, this is what people have told me. And, I felt the same way at first. I felt like I'm copying them. And that's just not true. Like, how do trends happen on TikTok? It's because one person does something and someone goes, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to do it. And then the next person does it. And then before you know it, there's 35,000 videos or, 35,000 videos using that sound. So never feel like you're copying someone because you didn't create an idea. That's what TikTok is. It's about trends, right? It's about sounds. So that would be my advice is if you don't know where to start, just consume content, like the videos that you want to go back and try to recreate, and then spend 30 minutes just creating a video. And then here's some really reassuring advice. You will suck your first 20 to 25 TikToks. Aren't you glad you came to this talk? It's true, though. You will suck. And don't get me wrong. I don't say that because of you. I say that because we're humans. And anything we do at first, we're gonna suck at. Now, granted, some people are theater majors and are good in front of a camera and will do fine their first one. I didn't. Oh my God. Woof. I'm already starting to sweat thinking about those first TikToks I made. Cringe, dude. Freaking cringe. But you learn. And you start to get better at lighting and camera angles and timing. And you learn more intricacies about the app and the algorithm and stuff. But you don't learn those things without doing, right? But the cool thing is, after the 25th TikTok, you make one that's actually kind of good. And maybe it goes a little viral and you get 10,000 to 50,000 views. And it's like, oh, because all you need, I can tell you this, all you need is that one video to do well. And you start to create a new belief for yourself. Maybe I can do this. Maybe TikTok wasn't what I thought it was. Maybe it's not reserved for the people that are super creative or just the people the algorithm blesses. Maybe I can do this too. And that's what it takes. A new belief. Because when you have a new belief, you'll take a new action. And when you take a new action, you can get a new result. And when you get a new result, guess what that does? Makes you go, oh shit, my potential is higher than I thought. Maybe I can be a full-time Twitch streamer. Boom! And then your belief goes up, and then you take more action, and then you get better results. And it's a virtuous cycle instead of what a lot of people are on, which is a vicious cycle, where they post a TikTok, and now their belief goes down because they're like, oh God, I guess I suck. It's like, yeah, that's short-term thinking. We need to think further, But I know that was a lot to take in. What's your thought on that voice?
That is a lot of information to digest.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
But I understand what you were saying.
Do you agree with it? Am I wrong?
No, not wrong at all.
Perfect.
And I'd say you're probably being particular kind with maybe 20 to 25 TikToks. Probably going to be more aggressive than that in reality.
You're right.
It's just continuing doing it would be a boot.
Yes, sir. And here's the thing. Here's a quote. If you guys are taking notes, if you're serious about going full-time on Twitch, if you're taking notes, write this down, right? Because here's the thing. And maybe don't write this part. Well, you can write this part down, but I'm about to say it in a second. I can tell you this. Anything you want to accomplish in life is 20% technical, how to do something, and 80% psychology. It's all in your head, right? We don't want to feel less than. We don't want to be rejected. A lot of posting TikToks and having it not go viral doesn't feel good. It feels like they're not accepting you. And that sucks. But that's in your head. So if there was anything you could take from this, anyone here, it would be anything worth being good at is worth being bad at first until you can get good at it. The best people in the world. Do you think the first time Roger Federer pulled up a tennis racket that he was like 4 years old and he just swung that thing and people were like, "You're gonna be a star"? Fuck no. What happened was he played since he was 4 years old, and when he was 8 with already 4 years under his belt, people went, "Oh my God, for 8 years old, you're really good." They don't see the 4 years that he put in when he was 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 years old. Just like how when people come to our channel, or the Ryan and Soup channel or No Gamer Left Behind, they go, "Wow, you're just so charismatic." No! I was a 7-year-old that peed his pants the first day of first grade because I didn't want to leave my mommy. That's me. But guess what I did? What you don't see, what people don't see is I public spoke since I was 13 years old. A lot of people are getting into this not having any of that experience, and that's okay. But if you guys were to see me when I was teaching martial arts to kids, stammering my words, literally shaking, convulsing, because I couldn't get the words out because I was so afraid of the adults judging me, of the kids judging me. These are 5 and 8-year-olds, and I was afraid of them judging me, right? People don't see the come up. So I want to tell you, it's okay to suck. Embrace the suck. When you post a TikTok and it gets 3 views, look in the mirror and say, "Hey, I suck. But guess what? I won't suck forever because I'm taking the action now." If you don't take any action, guess what? You're going to suck forever. Anyway, that's my motivational speech. Hopefully that helps. Did that help? I don't know. Voice, don't leave me hanging. I'm vulnerable.
I'm just going to leave you hanging here.
No! No!
For just another moment.
No!
No, that actually really helped, though. Like, that's really helpful.
Yeah, it actually really did help a lot.
It is helpful.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I just took a sip of kefir. So. I like have to chew it. It's so thick. I know that sounds gross. All right, cool. Follow-up question, voice. To that.
I don't have any follow-up questions yet.
Okay, because I know we started with titles. Do you want to dive into titles? It may not be... So, like, one of the things that I like to do when it comes to my own growth and the growth of NGLB, I always just focus on one thing at a time, the thing that's going to have the highest result. So the way I think of it is like pulling a lever, right? If you only have an hour, are you going to want to spend an hour doing something that's going to get you 10 units of result? Or are you going to want to spend an hour doing something that's going to get you 2 units of result? I think we all know the answer, right? And TikTok is the highest unit of result. It's the highest. So it is worth sucking for the next 6 months, if that's how long it took, to spend the next 6 years being very good at it and going full time. Because I've seen great Twitch streamers, just to be transparent. I've seen people that are way better than me, that have half the followers and half the viewers, because they haven't gone on TikTok. They aren't leveraging the resources that are available to them because they're scared. Do not let your fear stop you from being great and getting what you want, right? Because a lot of people do. Cool.
I get you. I'd say delving into the title territory. That way, since we've discussed the TikTok using a macro, if you will.
Yes.
Title would be, well, it's a small portion, and you're looking at it from just like Twitch, or if you're streaming on YouTube,
yes,
or those other apps, possibly utilizing that as well.
Beautiful. Yeah. So let's dive into it. I made a video on this as well that I'm going to tag you in, just in case you want to see it later. Yeah. It's use titles to get more views on Twitch. But let's go over it, really quick. So here's the idea. Boop. Here's the idea. When it comes to titles, let's make this interactive, right? There are no wrong answers. All right? There are no wrong answers. Stoto, welcome in, dude. What is the most important thing to do, like, with a title? Or before that, what is the outcome What are you trying to do by putting a title out on Twitch or a go live notification? What are you trying to do? The answer should be obvious. You're trying to what? This is for everyone. Anyone jump in and answer.
You're trying to bring people to your stream.
You got it. So you're trying to
you're trying to grab their attention.
Yes, brilliant. So you're trying to bring somebody who is a follower, right? Because they have to be a follower. And you're trying to bring them to a viewer. Does everyone agree? Or rather, I think we all agree. Does anyone disagree that that's what we're trying to do there?
I 100% agree on that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, great. So we all...
anything.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I made a chicken nugget.
What'd you say, boys?
Eating a chicken nugget. Apologies.
That's fine. I'm drinking kefir.
I'd say there'd probably be one more in there. So I'd say viewer to follower to active viewer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we could delineate this further and say, of course, then from there it would be active viewer, and then who remembers what was below active viewer, right? A contributor to the channel. Yeah, of course. So yeah, you're totally right. And I like how you still have the funnel in your mind, because that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to get, if you're trying to make this full time, creating such content that gets somebody to contribute continuously is it's gonna be how you go full time, sustainably. So that is a goal, or should be a goal, if you're trying to go full time. Now, I know for me that's not necessarily a big goal for me, just because I don't care. And the reason I don't care is I don't need anyone's money, which is freeing. But at the same time, I am totally appreciative that a lot of people need this income to go full time. For me, I'm retired. This is for fun, which is why I have like zero tolerance for drama and stuff, for like No Gamer Left Behind and the mission and stuff, because this is just something I'm doing to fill my time, man. You know? And I believe in the mission. But yeah, contributor is real for everybody who is trying to make this an income. So you're totally right, voice. So let's keep going with this. Follower to viewer. So if we're trying to get somebody to go from a follower to a viewer, what needs to be in that title? Like, what needs to happen in that title? Does anyone know? Did anyone see that video I posted? If you already saw the YouTube video, you know the answer. But a lot may not have. Does anyone know the answer?
I watched the YouTube video, but
it's right.
been a while since I watched it.
No sweat, brother. No sweat. No sweat. Philip, did you have something?
Yeah, just could you repeat the question?
My question was, why are you so good looking?
Oh, yeah, I know the answer.
Oh, okay. No, the question was, what needs to happen in that title? So if you're trying to get somebody who's a follower to see this and then come to you, you need to pique their interest, right? But how do you pique interest? Does anyone know what you need to provoke? It's a one-word answer. I'll give you a hint.
Intrigue.
Yes, intrigue. What I would say is it's the opposite of rational.
Emotion.
Yes.
Irrational.
Yeah, irrational, exactly. And what's more rational than emotions? No. But no, it's emotions, right? Because if you think about it as human beings, what get us to do anything in life? It's emotions. A lot of human beings want to believe they're rational. And we have a rationing center, a reasoning center rather. But our emotions are closer to our brainstem, so they will always supersede our reasoning. And it's actually why a lot of people feel a certain way, do something, and then rationalize why they did it, versus think about something and then control their emotions and put them at bay, right? 99% of the human race does something emotional, feels emotions, does something, and then reasons it, right? Think about like the person who cuts them off in traffic. You know, you swerve quick, you feel the emotional drive, the rage, and you're like, you know, but what you're yelling at that person? It's like, you cut me off, you're insane, they could have killed us, ah. But it's like, yeah, but they didn't. Nothing happened, right? So it's a very interesting thing. We're also talking about human nature a little bit, because you need to understand this to be able to do well. So emotions, we need to leverage something emotional. What are the emotions that you might be able to spark in somebody to get them to click? Do you guys know?
Curiosity,
Ooh, very good. So curiosity is one. What's another?
anger.
I can speak from experience.
Anger's one. Yes.
Spite.
Spite. What do you mean?
Anger would fall into anger.
Yes.
I used the pineapple on pizza title, and boy, did I get
Very good. Very
Yeah, I
good. So,
remember
did
so
I get some response.
very good. Very good. So, and of course, like this is, it's a spectrum, right? There's anger, and like anger's a spectrum. There's like mildly like funny anger, like, hey, come on, that's like the pineapple one. That's hilarious, which is funny, right? It's comical. So like it's these two combined. Obviously, no one's going to raid your house or try to SWAT your house because you want pineapple on pizza. They don't
I
wish
don't know.
you.
I know some people who would try that.
Yeah, it depends.
Well, no, but like in actuality, right? Like it's funny. So that's great. Like very good. I'll probably use that one tonight. Thank you. Next.
You will.
What's another one?
I'll send you a bill.
Yes, right. I only want 1% of your Twitch revenue in perpetuity. Yeah. I'm gonna use it every day. Just what's another emotion? What's,
Happiness.
Excitement.
Yeah, so excitement, cool. What's another one?
Sorrow.
Sorrow, so yeah, sadness, right? Sadness, sorrow. What's another one? Do you think fear could be one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
Sure.
I feel like after that, though, we're kind of reaching because that's really the important emotions.
You're right. So these are some of the most important. There's probably a few we forgot, but these are the things you'd want to leverage, right? Now, of course, like we're not really doing a class right now on like how to write good titles, but if you guys have ever done any work in advertising, you know that you need to be able to leverage these emotions to get the result that you're looking for. Now, with Twitch titles, it's tough, right? Because imagine, this is going to sound a little odd for some of you, but you're all in advertising. If you're a Twitch streamer, you're in advertising. I don't know what else to tell you. You're an advertiser. Because if you were trying to get people to your stream, you're advertising your stream. You may not be trying to get money from anybody, and that's okay. Hey, Chris, welcome. But you're in advertising. You are trying to get people to your stream, whether it be on TikTok or from this message, from this title, right? Right. So with this title, imagine somebody seeing the same ad every day. Like, let's say your ads always have curiosity. What's going to happen eventually? They will become desensitized to curiosity in your titles. So what do?
You have to switch it up.
You got to change it. So you are literally cycling these emotions. So that way people don't get used to, they don't get desensitized. Because what happens when somebody gets desensitized to an ad? Does anyone know?
They get
skip
bored.
it.
Yep, they get
Annoyance.
bored, they don't click, they don't engage, and you don't get the result you want, right? So whenever you're creating your title, try to think of these emotions and work them in, right? And of course, like there is one caveat here, and try not to purely clickbait. What's clickbait? Clickbait, there's a good form of clickbait and a bad form of clickbait. A good form of clickbait is when you say something, it makes them click, right? It's bait, it's exciting, but then they go to your stream and something like that's actually happening, right? A bad part of it is saying like, playing Minecraft with Mr. Beast and, all these people, and then they come to your stream and you're playing Minecraft alone or not even playing Minecraft, and they're like, where's Mr. Beast? And you're like, oh, that was just a clever title. Yeah, that's not good. In my opinion, you can do whatever you want, but like I feel like that's killing the trust
is
for the
unwise.
future, right? Because then guess what happens? You say something outrageous again, and they go, "He's probably lying," so you hurt the trust of your audience. So you have to make sure that when you are creating these titles, there is a piece of truth to it. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate and true. Like for example, one of my best performing titles was by accident. So I'll tell it to you. So pretty much we were playing the New World beta, right? And I said at the title, it's time to say goodbye for a while. That was the title. I didn't even think what that would mean for some people, but that's what I said. I had like 1.8 times the amount of views. Now, a viewer is different than a view, right? A view is somebody who clicks. A viewer is someone who stays, right? Does that make sense? So like how you calculate for average viewers is you essentially just calculate the amount of people that viewed divided by how long they watched for. And then I think also divided by the length of your stream. That math may not be perfect, but that's essentially how you get to it. So if you want to increase your average viewers, you need to increase the views to your channel, and then you need to increase the amount of time they stay. And that's it. Those are the only two things that go into average viewers. So anyway, they came to my stream and was like, oh my God, like, is everything okay? Why are you quitting streaming? I'm like, oh, I'm not. We're just stopping to play New World for a bit. And they're like, oh, good. Thank God. Okay, good. I'm glad everything's fine. I'm going to go. Right? So they clicked, but then they left because it wasn't anything keeping them there. But I digress a little bit. Does that make sense?
It does.
Cool.
Yeah, it does.
Was one of them.
Any follow-up questions on that? Dope.
No, but I did have a question that would, I guess, follow up
let's-
on.
Yeah, any question? Any
Okay,
question
yeah,
you
I
want.
guess I did have a follow up question.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
What would be the best way to begin to get those? Like, just like consistent viewers, or not even like followers, just like viewers.
Do you mind if I share something with you guys that's big picture?
Yeah, sure.
That's
Okay,
fine.
cool. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I retired at the age of 27 because I was in the fitness industry and I did okay. And then when COVID happened, I'm like, I'm out. And I was able to make enough money to retire comfortably, right? No, I'm not insane, right? I was able to retire because I don't want you guys to think that like I'm stashing $100 million or anything like that. Like, let's be real. But at the same time, I don't have many expenses. So, wealth is just a ratio of what you have to what you make, right? So I don't have a lot of expenses, so I was able to retire, right? But with that in mind, I was able to learn some things in business. And those things can be applied to really growing anything. Because if you guys don't know it yet, you are all entrepreneurs. You're all business owners, whether you know it or not, or give yourself credit for it. Because you are trying to take something and make money from it, right? Or if you just have a mission to push forward, there are business practices that you can put in place to get better results. And there's a simple way I like to look at business that makes everything so simple, and it can be applied to literally every business that exists. And a lot of people don't even know this exists. This is the stuff that like I would teach to like other business owners at times to be able to increase their results. So do you mind if I share this with you?
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's 5 core functions of business, right? The first one's lead generation, right? It's getting people from the unknown to the known. Who remembers when we just talked about that before? Anyone remember?
I do.
Okay. The second thing is lead nurture. They know about you, but what are you doing to get them to your Twitch stream in this case? Then you have the sale. You might think, Brian, I'm not in sales. I'm not selling anything. Incorrect, my man or girl. You are trying to sell people why they should come to your stream and then stay at your stream, right? And that's how you get to average viewers. They have to come to your stream because of who you are or what you've done for them or whatever it is, and then they have to stay at your stream because they like the content or believe in what you're doing, right? Does that make sense so far?
Yeah.
Do you guys believe you're in sales?
So far, you've used the entire analogy that I actually use in my day job.
You got it, man.
Same for me, but in my college class.
There you go. And then you have fulfillment, which essentially with Twitch streamers is kind of actually the same. Because like fulfillment is essentially just doing sales over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, which it kind of is in any business, right? It's like, let's say, I don't know, let's say Parakeet comes to my stream, right? I sold her in some way to get to my stream, and now she stays in for the day, right? But then as months go on, she comes to less and less streams. Is it because of her? Maybe. Maybe it's just her life got crazy. Or
Nah, it's definitely you, Ryan.
you got it. Or it's because of me. Something changed, right? Either, now don't get me wrong, right? Things happen. Your viewers are going to go up and down. People have real life stuff that happens. But if you blame external circumstances for the reason that you are not growing, you will never grow. I'm going to say that one more time. If you blame external circumstances for the reason that you're not growing, you will never grow, because there's always going to be something going against you that you can blame it on. Only when you take extreme ownership and you're able to look at situations and say, the reason I'm not where I want to be is because of me. You might think, ooh, that hurts. But guess what? It's extremely empowering, because that means you have the power to change it. Because if the problem is not with you, can you change a problem that isn't with you?
Absolutely not.
No. But if you're the problem, you can fix it. And that's empowering. So guess what? Everything that goes wrong in my life is my fault. Even if it's because I went into the grocery store and somebody rammed in and did a hit and run on my car. You might say, Ryan, that's not your fault. Well, you're right, but at the same time, I decided to park there, didn't I? I could have parked further away where there was less cars. Right? When you take control of your life and ownership of circumstances, your life changes. And this goes for Twitch streaming and everything else. But we're not here for a rah-rah personal development speech, are we? All right, let's keep going. The last part is Ascension. Now, this is only going to be for, Twitch streamers that have a big mission. If you're like me, you've probably seen Ascension in action. Ascension means that they become a higher... Well, actually... No, we could consider Ascension being a contributor on your channel, can't we? Right? Because they're ascending to something higher than a normal viewer in this case, right? So yeah, we'll call Ascension that, right? So like sales is getting a viewer, fulfillment is getting them to stay, and somebody ascending is them becoming a contributor. Repeat one, right? But in my case, what I look at Ascension as well is like people who believe in the mission as much or even more than me, where they're willing to volunteer their time, their effort. Philip's a good example of this. Philip is kind of like become over time my right-hand guy, right? And he didn't do that because I forced him to. He didn't do it because I, coerced him.
From the mind.
Hey, what's up, Queen? Good to see you, Akuma. Good to see you. He did it because of some combination of things, but I know he believes in the mission. And he has ascended to that level. And, he has become way more than an average viewer for, the channel, for the mission. Like, I think there is not a single person that does more than Philip for everything. So shout out to Philip really quick, because he is a Twitch mod. He is a server staff. He reaches out to members. He welcomes them. He has a TikTok account promoting NGLB. Like, Philip has ascended to the highest level in this mission, which is insane. But that's what Ascension is, right? It's somebody who becomes who is more than, we'll say, the average, right? And that's essentially the idea.
That's so nice.
It's so true, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you know that.
Yeah, I'm not being forced here at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but no, I hope you know how much you impact myself and the mission. So, I mean, let's get some good vibes going for Philip.
Oh.
We love you, Philip. Everyone's like, this isn't what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to feel. All right. So with that in mind, the reason I told you about all this is because at any point in time, you need to be able to identify what is the function that requires your attention. So Zealous, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second because you asked the question. If you were to look at your Twitch stream, what part, if we could number these, right? What number is the part that is limiting you the most from getting the results you want on Twitch?
I'd say it's a combination of 1 and 2.
Brilliant. You'd be correct. Because if you have no one who knows who you are yet, like how many followers do you have on Twitch?
27.
Perfect. So you are what I would consider just starting, right? So you're right.
Yeah.
It's this. No one knows who you are. Now, granted, let's say you get to a point where you have a ton of followers. 10,000 followers, let's just say, is a ton. And you only have 5 viewers. Now what's the problem? This is open for anybody. What would the problem be?
Lead nurture.
2 or 3.
Very good. So it's either A, we're not nurturing the leads, and what could lead nurture be when it comes to Twitch? Well, maybe, and a lot of people don't like the term lead. It's an open-ended term. You can call whatever you want. Lead, person, viewer, whatever, right? Gamer, whatever. It's just somebody who's interested, right? That's what a lead is. It's somebody who's interested. It's not meant to be impersonal or anything. I recognize everyone's a human being, right? I mean, it's not saying like, something derogatory. So what could be some forms of lead nurture for a Twitch streamer? Anyone know?
I'm just gonna mute because I don't have an idea.
You're fine. You're fine. This is to get you to think. This workshop is to get you to think.
Lead nurturing could be things such as playing with viewers or, keeping your content fresh.
Yes.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Could be. Yes. I would expand on that as well. And I would probably say offline. Right? Because yes, when you're live, you have this, right? The stream and fulfillment. What about when you're not live? Like you could argue that that's also sales, selling people to come to your next stream because you build a relationship with them and they want to support you or they like your content. But like, from a business perspective, like from the core functions perspective, that's what having a robust Discord does, right? And this is why I'd recommend if you were a Twitch streamer and you currently do not use a Discord to promote your Twitch and to promote your audience and to excite your audience, then you're missing a huge opportunity, simply put. Now, granted, if you are starting and you have less than, I don't know, a few hundred people in your Discord, it is really challenging to get off of the ground and to create what we've created here in this Discord, if you're not like at like 500 yet. So what do, right? Do you just quit? No. What you try to do is you try to get active in other streamers' communities. So Parakeet's a great example of this, right? Parakeet has her own Discord. I haven't been in the Discord, but she, I imagine, posts.
I'm hurt about that, Ryan.
What was that?
I'm hurt about that.
Why are you hurt about that? No, that's a good
You
thing.
haven't been in my Discord.
Oh. I haven't. I'm just being honest. I haven't. But I've seen it, right? I've seen her post it, right? So I know it exists. So for her, she probably posts in that Discord when she's going live, things related to her, which is freaking brilliant. And what happens is, I'm totally fine with it. She will find people in this very Discord that like her more than me. Am I hurt by that? A little. No, I'm just kidding. Am I hurt by that? No. It's part of the game. It, like to have a mindset of oh my gosh, like nobody can grow but me. Like, oh my God, like it's all got to be for me, because if I promote somebody else, then they're just going to go to them and not come to me. That is such a terrible mindset that will
Yeah, it's
halt.
toxic.
It's so toxic, and it will hurt the individual so much that believes that. Acid destroys the vessel in which it's stored. Keep that in mind. It's the same people that don't raid anybody because they're afraid that oh man, what if they like them more to me? I'm going to lose them. Well, just get back on TikTok and get some more viewers, or like do something, or create better content so they stick to you, right? So Parakeet does an excellent job of this. So shout out to Parakeet. She has, in my opinion, quite successfully leveraged this Discord to go from 0 viewers when she started. But I mean, we don't know if she wasn't part of this Discord, if she wouldn't have naturally gotten viewers without it. So I don't know. But what I do know is, Parakeet, I think you're averaging like 10 to 15 viewers, right? Last time I looked at your Twitch tracker.
Yeah, I'm managing to hit double digits now. Like between
yeah.
10 and 15 viewers is my average now.
So she is doing an exceptional job at getting people from this community to go, I really like her. This doesn't mean I like Ryan any less. The worst case scenario for me is that it does mean that, and they stop watching my streams and they watch Parakeet. But guess what? It's okay. It's fine. It's all part of the game, baby. It is what it is. What I hope is that if I do help somebody grow, they feel, thankful, and they, pay it back, not necessarily to me, but to the community in some way. Whether by being active in the server, whether by, I don't know, just creating a good environment for other people within the server, right? That's like all I could ever ask for. But Parakeet does an excellent job of this. So shout out to Parakeet again. If you guys are a Twitch streamer and you do not have your Discord, create it now. If you think you're competing with me, you're wrong. You are not competing with me. We are growing together. That is part of the game, right? Just because you don't have like an NJLB tag and stuff, like, I don't care. Let's focus on your growth. Let's focus on you getting bigger and better. That's why you guys are here. I'm not here to sell you anything. I have nothing to sell you. I have nothing to promote to you. I don't need anything from you. I just want to help in any way I can, because you guys have given me your eyes. If you guys are here right now, you're probably on the Twitch stream in some capacity. And to that, I thank you tremendously. You don't have to be, no pressure. But, this is just a little way that I want to, try to give back a little bit to you guys for helping me so much. Discord. If you don't have a Discord, go make one now. And if you have no idea where to start, literally copy this one. I'm giving you my permission to literally copy this head to toe. Just copy it if you think it's good. Or go to another Discord you think is better and copy it. Just like how I'm telling you to go on TikTok and copy all of my TikToks, right? A lot of people are afraid to copy. A lot of people are afraid to model. Don't be, right? That's what TikTok is. But like the best people in the world, the best, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, right? Lionel Messi, they are an accumulation of the people that they looked up to as a kid, right? We are not ourselves. We are the accumulation of the people that we look up to and have modeled over the years. We just are we're a big mixed pot, That's who we are. So it's okay. It's okay. You can copy whatever you want that I have. It won't offend me.
Real quick, where do we put our servers in this server?
So for the short term, you can put it in. There's a place in Present and Discuss This as Discords of Friends. You can put it there. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. It's probably not going to have a tremendous result. Like, let's just be real. Because if people are happy here, why would they go somewhere else? Right? So that's on me to just create a better experience so nobody leaves. Now, with that in mind, the people that you bring from the outside, the people that you are using TikTok and everything for lead generation, those are the people you're really bringing to your Discord server. Like, because they don't even know this one exists. If that makes sense. So, but yeah.
All right, thank you. Well, I gotta go do something else real quick, help my grandparents with stuff.
Enjoy, brother.
And probably gonna talk to some other friends. So
thanks for popping in, man.
We'll be back later on. Yeah.
All right, take care, dude.
Yep.
Cool. Follow-up questions on this, guys. Any questions when it comes down to this specifically? Brilliant. Any questions at all now? Next question. Next question. Not all at once. Raise your. No, just kidding. Any questions?
I do have a small question.
Big
To
questions
start
only.
streaming- Oh, dang it.
Good.
To start streaming, should you start with like one game or like just kind of do whatever?
Are you asking for the general public or are you asking for you?
I guess just anyone.
All right, so if it was anyone, I would say it doesn't matter. And guess what? If it was you, I'd say it doesn't matter. Because at the,
Hey
end of,
everyone.
at the end of the day, a lot of people aren't going to watch for the game you're playing. They're going to watch for you, right? And a lot of the time, if we're being honest, just chatting is how you get a lot of your viewers. They're connecting with you. Games are secondary, in my opinion, on Twitch. Like every stream should probably just start with just chatting for 30 to 60 minutes, in my opinion. Now, do I always do that? No, because I'm trying different stuff, you know? But like if there was one thing I had to recommend, you should just chat for like 30 to 60 minutes at the start of your stream before getting into any games, because that's when you build a relationship. Something that we used to say in the gym industry all the time is it's easy to quit a hobby. It's hard to quit a relationship. So if you're trying to get somebody to be sticky as a viewer and you want them to stay, they have to feel a relationship. They have to feel connected, right? And one of the ways you can do that is by building a relationship that is real. And you do that by chatting and asking questions and being interactive. And then when you play a game, it's like, yeah, you're playing together. That's fine. But the foundation is the just chatting. That's my opinion. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
My pleasure. More questions.
So for me, it's not really a question, but more of a an observation based off of what I ended up learning in school, like
Okay.
title creation or like attention grabbers.
Yeah.
It's like I said, mainly to add on to what you were saying.
Oh, great. Yeah, let's hear it.
If you're struggling to like make titles, I know not everybody's graduated from high school or from school yet, who's in the server or is streaming. But if you can leverage Ethos, Pathos, and Logos, in order to bring people in or to grab their attention, that's going to be one of the ways to help leverage the emotions from people.
Do you mind sharing, going into a little bit of detail? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people here, or even some that just aren't familiar with Ethos, Pathos, and the last one. And Ethos.
Ethos, Pathos, and Logos. So Ethos is going to be more so of like personal credibility, and that trust that we were talking about. Pathos is going to be leveraging the main part of the emotions. So Ethos would be kind of like that clickbaiting you were said, but not absurd amounts of false clickbait.
Right.
That Pathos would be the actual emotions and values of your streaming, and then the Logos would be more so of the logic and reasoning for your streaming. So honestly, from what I've seen, you, Ryan, have for the most part got all three of those covered in pretty much every one of your streams.
That's sweet. Thanks. Now my ego is huge. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think you explained it really well. Yeah, I mean that sparked something in me that I could literally go on a very long tangent about, talking about creating a community. But we won't for the moment, unless you guys have questions on it. But creating a community that becomes sticky, right, is really important. Because if you're thinking about how to grow on Twitch, you need people to stick around. And people aren't going to stick around unless you fulfill their human needs. So there has to be something that you're giving them, right? Which that's really simple for everybody to understand without getting into the specifics. If you are not giving something to someone that they hold valuable, they will leave. Now, I'm not saying that as a way of like, oh no, you should be very afraid and like try to give everything you have and be a people pleaser and like pander to them. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there has to be something emotional or there has to be something pathos, logos, or ethos that you are essentially giving to get people to stay. And that goes for in the stream as much as out of the stream. And a lot of streamers just focus on the 1 to 5 hours they're live and not the other time. For me, a lot of my, if I'm being honest with you guys, a lot of my focus has shifted to the Discord from my stream. Why? Well, because one, I can actually engage with people on a personal level a lot more in Discord. Because on Twitch, it's one-sided. You know, it's fine and it's great, but I aspire to have a deeper connection with the people that want to have it. And that can be really great for finding your 100 true fans. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the book. Actually, I can't remember the book. It might be actually 1,000 true fans. But do you guys mind if I share some math with you really quick? Does anyone mind?
Sure.
No, not a problem.
Go ahead.
Okay. So a lot of people, so like let's just for a second, let's talk about the thing that a lot of people are afraid to talk about. Is that fine?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about money on Twitch, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't like talking about money because they feel like it's dirty, or they feel like you should only stream for pleasure. You should only stream to like want to help others. You should only stream for these reasons, right? And what I would ask you is it possible to want both?
Sure, it always is.
Of course.
Right.
If you're good at something, why not try and monetize it?
100%.
Yeah.
The difference is it's a spectrum, right? So if all you care about on one side, I'm also putting this in Paint. If you guys want to see it, you can click my share screen thing. I'm live in Discord. You can see it. But on one side is money or income, right? Because let's be real, the dream generally on Twitch is to replace your full-time income to where you can do it full-time.
Yep.
I mean, is that like, who has that goal? Anyone?
It would be nice. Not necessary, but it would be nice.
Sure, it'd be nice.
Yeah,
would
that's
be
where
nice,
I'm at.
especially if my son comes and lives with me.
Right?
I definitely have that goal. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, definitely, right? And then on the other side, we have what we would consider, we'll just consider it giving, right? Or like the value you give, or everything that's like warm and fuzzy, we're going to call it. You know, warm fuzzies. So those are things like developing friendships, like real friendships. Those are things like pushing a mission forward, like I have. You know, a lot of people think that if you are trying to make an income at something, that you no longer, you are a terrible person, and that you actually don't care about all these things you claim to care about, right? I've had many people attack my morals, attack my values, attack me personally since starting No Gamer Left Behind, saying that, oh man, all you care about is money. All you want to do is make money. All you know, for this and this reason. Because they believe that, they think this doesn't exist. Now, first of all, I don't give a shit. And I can say that with total just like transparency and conviction. And the reason is I'm retired. I don't need your money. I should probably say that more on stream. I don't need your money. Do not gift if you're trying to like give, if you're trying to like help me live. I have enough money. I'm done with that. My finances are done. If I make more, fuck yeah, cool. I'll go invest it. Or like, I don't know, buy a gift for Bia. I don't know. But that's not my main outcome. But people that it is their main outcome, where they're trying to actually make this full time, people make them feel like shit. Because they think that if you're trying to make money, you also cannot be ethically true with having the other side. They think if you're over here, it's impossible for you to be over here. And they also think that if you're over here and believe it, it's impossible for you to be over here. Now, this isn't everyone. This is generally an immature person, right? Yeah. I'm telling you this for a really specific reason. I have experience in this area. The first time I ever experienced this, it hurt like a bitch. And it pretty much put me in the ground for 6 months to a year when I had my first business. The short story is this, right? I had my mission. I wanted to help women lose weight because the avatar was my mom. My mom was 40 pounds overweight. I tried personal training her. It didn't work. She actually gained weight from my help, and that pissed me off and got me, like, lit a fire in me. So I learned everything I could about losing weight in like 6 months. And I didn't do it by just like going to college. I actually dropped out of high school. I didn't go to college. I did it by shadowing the people who actually knew what they were talking about. Not the professors that knew theory, but the people who actually were getting the results I was after. So I shadowed personal trainers, dietitians, physical therapists. And in 6 months, I learned more than probably people learn in their whole college education for like other things. But more importantly, I learned how to apply it. Because theory and application are two very different things. So anyway, at first, everyone believed. It was great, rock and roll. But then, when I started making money, because the gym started doing well, and I got a new car that was nicer than theirs, guess what? Oh, he doesn't care about the mission anymore. You know what he cares about? His fancy cars, his house, all these cool things he's got. And those are immature people that are jealous of your success. That's all I can tell you. So at the end of the day, if somebody is making you feel like shit because you're trying to make this full time and you actually start doing it, you have to be very good at getting those people out of your life.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it fucking hurts. Especially when those are people that you thought cared about you. And you cared about them. But jealousy and envy is a hell of a sin. And it hurts. Hurts the person that does it. And it hurts you. So you have to recognize that and get rid of it as soon as possible. You cannot have those people in your life, man. And I can promise you, some of the people that care about you the most right now as you're streaming, when you start doing well and you announce you quit your job and you announce that you're starting to make money, or you announce something around money or income, some of those tunes are going to change. So just be ready. This isn't all sunshine and rainbows. You have to be really good at monitoring the people you're allowing in your life. Do not allow people to walk into your house and dump garbage on the floor. You might say, I would never do that. Well, guess what? A lot of you let people do that in your mind every single day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Don't let it happen, guys. Don't let it happen.
Walk, but you can walk on the money and the money income line and the giving one fuzzies line. It's a delicate balance, and you can walk from left to right.
It's not. You got it, bipolar dad. You are brilliant. Yes, it's a dichotomy that must be managed. They are both ideals that are valuable and true.
But on the other hand,
have to be managed. Yes, in
you
one
can't
day,
give all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. So like money and income, right? I was attacked recently because somebody, quote, uncovered that I started a corporation for Ryan and Snoop, right? For my Twitch stream, because we started earning income from that. They, quote, uncovered that, right? What are you uncovering? Guys, like, there's nothing there.
No.
Because that is something smart to do.
That's a good thing.
For taxes, right?
Yeah.
Because if
what do
you
you
are...
mean? They were mad because of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to dive into it. But yeah, just to give you an idea, if somebody, like, if you are doing something for income to save taxes, right? That is a good thing that must be done if you're trying to make this full time. Where on the other side, then you have, all right, let's do a community event that everyone can participate in, right? Both are true, but the people who want to be where you are but are not there will get jealous, envious, and try to tear you down. Be careful. This is a warning, right? It happens everywhere. It happened in my first business, my second business, my third business, my fourth business, not my fifth business because I was a shadow investor. And now it's happening here. And it's happened since like 2 months ago, right? When I you know, can clearly people can see from how many subs I'm getting that you must be, you know, people do math, right? If I'm getting 500 subs, that's like $1,200, right? Some people aren't going to like that because they want that.
Your food all the time.
Right. So keep that in mind, guys. You know, you have to protect yourself because again, this is 80% mindset. 80% mindset. If you do not protect your mindset, you will be eaten alive. Don't let it happen. Very important. So this is a dichotomy.
100% facts right there.
Yeah, this is a dichotomy that needs to be managed, okay? You can do both of these. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Cool? And I can tell you this. People usually see the world as they are. What does this mean? If somebody is accusing you of being a certain way, and you know at your core you are not what they say, generally that's how they are. So if somebody is accusing you of only caring about money, and you know you don't, that's probably really a projection of what they feel for themselves.
And you can't turn those around. They are very stubborn, and there are few of the world.
You cannot. Yeah, exactly.
So there's a one.
You cannot change others. You can only change yourself. And this is why it's so impactful that you protect your mental space, guys. You have to protect your mental space. You cannot let other people tear you down and destroy you. You can't let it happen. It is so important. But yeah, people usually see the world as they are, because to them, they can't understand that somebody could actually want both. You know, you only want one or the other. It's not true. It doesn't have to be true. If you are one or the other, fine. But you can want both. And nobody should make you feel bad for wanting both.
Most people take and they can't give.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, the marketplace is pretty good at stopping those people, right? Because if somebody only takes and never gives, they wouldn't have a community, right? No. If all they did was ask, people would leave. You know? Gary Vee has a really good book. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And what it stands for is give, take. Right? You should be giving 9 times for every 1 time you ask for something. And if you're not, you need to get better at giving. Right? And then there was an expansion of that says give, meaning if you never ask, just because of how we are as human beings, reciprocity happens. If you give a lot to others and they feel appreciative, without you even asking, they'll help you. And that's pretty crazy. You know, and that's, you know, I'm very lucky to be where I am and where the Discord is now, where that's what we have a lot of times. Kool-Aid is a good example. Kool-Aid, for those of you, does anyone know Kool-Aid in the Discord?
Yeah.
Is it the drink? I'm not
no.
from America, but
no, so his name's Kool-Aid, but yeah, it's okay. Kool-Aid without the D. But he, you know, this has happened over time, but like he's a good example where, like, I never asked him to join, you know, volunteers, the staff, or the, you know, to try out, quote, for staff. Cool. You know, he came and reached out to, I think it was one of the staff, I think it was DJ, because he's like, hey, I love what's going on here. I want to contribute. So he has received value in some capacity, whether for me or what I've created here. And I say I've created, I might have started it. Obviously, I don't. Like, there's so many people that give value here. The staff, the members, so much goes on that's not because of my hand. It might have initially, you know, kicked it off, but, you know, I am very appreciative to the people we have here that do these things. But Kool-Aid felt, I want to give something back, right? So that's that give. And eventually people will just, how can I help you? And that's what he saw as his opportunity to help. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, if you just extend a hand, like, here's another, you guys want another dichotomy really quick? Anyone?
Yeah.
All right, sure. Let's go for another dichotomy. So another dichotomy you have to manage is, what is it? Oh shit. Oh man, I had it. I fucking lost it. Oh my God. So giving and taking, I guess you'd say, is a dichotomy, but it was something else. I apologize. Yes, I apologize. Yes. Helping others. We just talked about this. And protecting your mental space.
Yeah.
Right? So think of this as protecting your mental space. What could we also call this? Self-care. What could we also call this? We could call this selfishness. I know that's not how you spell selfish, but deal with it. And then just giving, right? If I were to say which one is a better ideal to have, what would you guys say?
First self. Well, I choose for selfish.
Well, exactly. I'm sure that anyone who was writing this down that had a conscience would say giving, right? Everyone thinks this is better. But guess what?
It has to be.
Yeah, selfishness isn't a bad thing.
Equal.
It's a bad thing when it's used too much. It's a scale. Because, yes, it's really called self-care. If you do it too much, guess what it's called? Selfishness.
Being selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish.
So self-care. So
yeah, that's why you try to take care of others and yourself.
Sure.
You got it. So here's the thing,
First yourself, then the others.
Some of the most successful, and this is the most important thing. When I say success, I don't mean money. When I say success, I mean well-adjusted. Some of the most well-adjusted adults, and actually the richest that I've ever met, that are the happiest, the wealthiest, all of these things, are amazing at balancing this line, and they know when to go back and forth. Specifically, they know when to cut ties. So if you just stay on the giving side, you'll let somebody hurt you even though you're just trying to help them, right? Somebody treats you like shit, but you feel like, I gotta give. I gotta keep giving. You know, I understand, like a Gandhi approach. They are fellow man. I understand that they're in pain. I have empathy. You know, I understand. Right. But guess what? Now you're suffering too. You cannot help somebody that does not want to be helped. But more importantly, you cannot help somebody that is not willing to respect you and what you stand for and your values. So if somebody, you know, if you're trying to help someone and they cast a stone, if that stone is over your threshold of what you tolerate, guess what? You go over to the self-care side, and that may mean cutting them out of your life. And I say this,
that hurts.
And it's heavy, man. And this is an ideal that I have. You know, I do this even with family.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people here are like, oh my God, I could never do that. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. I say,
not always.
No shot.
Not always.
No
I'm
shot.
Sorry to interfere, but no.
No shot.
No shot. So
sometimes people are negative and they just have to be removed for the sake of yourself.
And even if that means temporarily. But here's the thing. If I have a family member who's negative, will I distance myself from them? Yes. Am I open to, you know, a brother, for example? You know, if I do have a brother, but if I had a brother that I needed to distance myself from, right? I would do that. Now, would I essentially cut them off from ever communicating with me again? No. I'd probably check in every 3 to 6 months, maybe every month or two, and to be like, you know, kind of test the waters. Where are they at? Where's their head at? You know, can I help them without offending them? You know, because I do care, but I'm also not willing for them to tear me down, right? Where at the same time, let's say you meet somebody and you've known them for a month and you've had maybe 5 interactions with them, right? And then they do something that crosses the line very far. Would you give them another chance? I don't know. For me, no shot.
Be less likely.
Yeah, no shot.
Way less likely.
There's way too many people in the world to become friends with. I do not need one person that could potentially hurt me again as strongly as they did without even knowing me that much. Right?
Right.
So you have to you have to have tact. You have to understand. You have to analyze the situation and determine is it right now the best opportunity to give, or is it the best opportunity to care about yourself and to elicit some self-care? Very tough to do. Very tough.
Can I give you an example?
Please, I would love that.
If
my throat needs a rest.
Well, I'm fairly new to the server, but thank you for having me.
Of course, man.
If you stop texting, who will text you back? Or will your phone remain silent for a long time? I've tested that, and it hurts.
It does. I realized I didn't have a lot of friends that I thought were my friends.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that got me to my lowest point. I probably shouldn't have tested it at that time in my life, but I did. And that's one of the things that brought me to my lowest, because I thought even the people, but I mean, I could understand it. I was a burden to them at that time. I was going through a lot of shit. And I relied on them for a lot. So it made sense. They needed a rest from that version of me. I was a bit overloading. I was a bit needy at that time.
It can happen to all of us.
yeah.
And I since December last year, I felt sick. I got
Yes.
five diagnoses within 8 weeks,
Wow.
and a lot of pain, heavy meds,
Wow.
And I'm still struggling to move forward every day, but I'll manage so far.
Yes.
But what people do, and they mean it also in a good way, they advise you. They advise you to seek medical help. They advise you surgery, for example. And I'm the one who's like, no, I trust in my body fully enough that it will heal on its own, a herniated disc.
Mm.
And here in the Netherlands, they don't do surgery as soon as possible, as long as it's not an emergency.
Yes.
But then you also get to know people, because when you stand for your own values, people find that often very difficult to deal with, because why are you not choosing surgery? Why are you choosing a long road of suffering instead of a so-called quick fix? But that's not going to be a quick fix.
Sure.
So, and what I've been struggling also, if I don't text anyone, my phone remains silent.
Yes.
And because I have experienced a lot of trauma in my youth,
Yes.
you're also putting it on yourself. Like, people don't want to. The voices in my head are right. I deserve to be lonely. All that negative stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're battling the heavy stuff that people don't go through normally, you hope, then you will also get to know yourself, your own strengths, but also the people who are closest around you.
Yes. Definitely.
Does that make any sense what I just told? Because I've
It
lost
makes total sense to me, man.
Okay.
I've made better
Oh, yeah.
I've made better friends in this Discord than I've probably made in my real life. And I know that sounds heavy, but a lot of the friends that I've had in real life were coincidental. They were circumstantial. The friends that you have at the water cooler at work, when you stop working there, generally don't reach out to you.
They forget you. Yeah, they forget you.
Yeah, and that's fine. They have their own life. They
Sure.
don't have to remember me. They don't have to remember you or anyone else, but it just shows you what you had,
Mhm,
And I've
yeah.
had people in this Discord, reach out to me, not only more often, but sooner than, and I, when somebody's reaching out to get brownie points, when somebody's reaching out for their own
Sure.
agenda.
Yeah.
And you feel when people are just
Yeah.
genuine and ask you, "Hey man, how you doing? I have been hearing from you lately."
Right, with no follow-up message.
Yeah.
Not like hey, how are you? Oh, that's great, man. By
Yes,
the
for someone.
way, here's what I need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But like
By the way,
Yeah,
small
but-
loan of $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. But like
Yeah.
it's really great. So, I hope that you guys know that of course I know I'm not going to be able to be I know a lot of the people in this Discord I will remain acquaintances with. And that's not because they're not great people. It's because I literally just don't have the time now to make friends, because it takes time to make friends with an individual, right? Like, it takes time.
Yeah.
You got to lay a foundation. It takes a ton of time. And now I kind of have, those like what I consider really good friends, the people that like I look out for and they look out to me. And then from there, I'm friendly with a lot of people, but those are my acquaintances. What I would hope is that, you guys are able to find, your, maybe, not even a lot, just like a few friends in this server. Because there are some great people here. Don't get me wrong, not everyone's great. Like, you're gonna run into some people that try to DM you some links and they're like, hey, I got a new Discord, I got a new I don't know, like the one I got recently was like Discord
I got
Nitro.
a really bad one yesterday.
I got a Discord Nitro, but it was like Discord, but like the D in Discord was like a C and an L, and I'm like, hey, I know what you're doing.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I got a really bad one yesterday. This guy was messaging me basically saying that somebody with my Steam account name
Yeah, get outta
scammed him for
here.
$200, and
Oh my
if I had to
God.
click on this link, and then it just went on, and
Get
I
the
never
hell
clicked
outta
on the link.
here.
I'm like, no, dude, get out of here.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of
Blocked
people
him.
actually getting hacked right now on Discord.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, a lot
there's
of people.
shit ton of
Yeah,
people.
he
Well,
wanted me to
one of
fucking
the
press
servers- one
click
of
the
the
link or
servers-
whatever.
Yeah,
one of the
it's-
servers I was in got hacked, and like it was the owner of the server who got hacked.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
So
that's really
everybody
tough.
literally had to fucking leave, and it was like a server of 300 plus people.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy
dang.
this guy went so far even to send me a screenshot from quote unquote Steam without my name in it, but basically saying,
shit.
yeah, you're right. This person has been found to have been scamming multiple people.
my
Yada
God.
yada yada. We're gonna block them or ban their account permanently. And I'm like,
Damn.
kid, fucking shut up.
So actually, I mean, what emotion is that person trying to leverage to get you to act?
Yeah.
Anger.
Yeah,
Anger,
exactly.
fear and
Worry,
anger.
fear.
Yeah, fear and anger. Yeah. So
Yeah.
but yeah, just delete those people.
Oh yeah, block.
Actually,
block.
Also,
yeah. So anyway,
Pardon me.
good stuff. What was that?
Pardon me. I want to apologize because that actually just happened to me this morning right before I got into this, and I went through and I
Did you get
made
hacked?
sure I didn't get hacked. What happened was somebody from an owner of a community that I'm a part of, which is the Outlaws. They sent me a message with that link, and that happened this morning. So if anybody got a message from me that was random, I went through and deleted those messages and changed my password and did my 2FA. And I am so sorry because that happened.
It can happen to anyone. It can happen
Yeah,
to
it can happen to
anyone.
anyone. No sweat.
I have a question about the thing we just talked about a second ago.
Yeah, what's that?
When I put myself out there, when I go to people, and I'm not going to drop names because I don't want to be that person, but I've gone to people that I have known before they were famous.
Yeah.
And I've gone like, hey, if you need anything, if you need someone to talk to, I am here for you. I'm not trying to score brownie points. I'm just trying to let you know that no matter what happens to you, what happens in, down the road that you're taking, that I'm here for you. And the minute I put that out there, as a matter of fact, I did a TikTok video on it, and then I got so much hate. People were calling me fake, and that I'm just trying to garner favor with, people with pull. And I'm going, no. When I tell you, when I look at you and say, you're family. You walk into if all of you guys were to show up on my doorstep and be like, hey, what's for dinner? I'd be like, cool. What do you want?
Barbecue.
Where does that
Having
line
a party.
get drawn? But that's the type of person I want people to see me as, because that's how I've always been, even in high school. My house was the place you went to after school because that's what we did.
Yeah.
And the same thing here here now when I moved back home. And so how do you, I know you can't change other people's minds, but how do you keep that from seeing? Because when people say there's, oh, you're just being fake, you're so fake, because you're being like, because no one's really like that. And I was like, sorry, but
Yeah,
where does that line get drawn?
Oh, hold on one second, Nubis.
They're just the people that you need to cut out of your life.
Yeah, I think this goes back to actually what we just talked about, which was, I think that I might ask you to rephrase your question as well so I can make sure I'm hearing it correctly. But assuming I am, I think that goes back to what we talked about before, where it was like, actually, let me ask first. Are you talking about those people that you're reaching out to are like, you're fake? Or are you saying other people see you reaching out and they're like, oh, you're fake?
It's more of the I've put myself out there both on various social media platforms and said, listen, I don't care who you are, but what I care about is that I'm putting myself out there to make sure that because I know everybody with the pandemic really messed people up, and my overall objective is to just make sure that there's somebody can talk to, because I'm part of the 22 is too many and various other things projects that I've got my hand in, just to make sure that people know that there's someone there, that they're not alone, especially because I'm having a really bad experience with the whole streaming thing, and that's tomorrow's problem. So I try to tell people that, hey, I'm here for you. If you need someone to talk to, I don't care who you
like
are.
on TikTok and stuff?
Right. The minute I put that out there, people are telling me that I'm like fake as all get out. And I'm like, no, I mean it when I say that.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you need help, flood my inbox, hit me up, blow up my phone, whatever you got to do. But I will try to do my best. It's just that I know I'm going through my own problems. Like, I had to stop working for a little while.
Yeah.
Because of an injury. And so money's like really super tight. So I can't really afford to do that, but I can be a set of ears and a shoulder to cry on, and maybe offer some of my own advice if you want it, but
Yeah, definitely.
that's what I'm trying to do. But then people are sitting there screaming at me, telling me that I'm fake and that I should stop telling people that I'm there for them if I'm not. And I'm like,
Makes
that's
sense.
not true. I am there for you.
So I think
People
the
don't
best
deserve
thing,
that.
yeah, I think the best thing to do there is really straightforward. If you're talking to an individual and they say that to you, just move on, right? It goes back to what we talked about before, where it's like there's got to be a difference between, or there's got to be a dichotomy that needs to be managed with self-care and helping, right? If somebody is making you feel bad and you're trying to help them, you have to cut them out of your life. Depending on how integral they are in your life can determine how much you cut them out or need to. If you're doing it in if you're getting on a soapbox and saying it, it makes sense why people would say that, because again, going back to human nature, people see the world as they are. So if somebody is maybe not altruistic, which it seems like by what you're saying, you're very altruistic. You just want to give and care for people because that's what makes you feel whole. It makes you feel good. And that's amazing. I love it. A lot of people are altruistic. I'm altruistic to an extent, right? But with all that in mind, people will, without evidence and without a story, generally just cast judgment. So here's what I recommend. If you are the way you say you are, which I assume you are, right? We haven't talked at great length, so I can't really judge you or how you are, but I'm assuming that's how you are, which is awesome. I love it. We need more people in the world like you. What I would say is, when it comes to TikTok, tell a story. So if I were to say to you, hey, I'm trying to help gamers feel less alone, people are going, bullshit. All you care about is making money on your Twitch, dude. Okay. But if I were to say something like, hey guys, our mission is no gamer left behind. Our mission is to help gamers feel less alone because I was the loneliest gamer ever. 6 months ago, I was at my lowest. I had, a business partner that essentially drained the business accounts and left me on the hook for $50,000 a month in payroll. I was getting out of a 7-year relationship and I really thought my life was over because I had no friends. I played a lot of video games, but I never had my group of people to play with. And then I got lucky. I made a TikTok. I had 100 friends to play with overnight. And for the first 4 months, it was for fun. But then at month 5, something changed in me. And I realized that I don't want anyone to feel the way that I did. So we created this. So the only reason this exists is because I'm trying to get rid of the pain for others that I felt so strongly. Now I tell you that story and you go, okay, that's probably legit. This guy knows what it's like. He wants to fix the pain for others because he knows what it's like. This isn't a cash grab, right?
And is it working?
Is what working?
What you just said. Is it working for you? Does it ease your pain?
Well, yeah, tremendously. Oh my God.
Nice.
Yeah. On a personal note, like kind of taking a step back from like how to get people to, not attack you. On a personal note, this is huge. Like this is why I'm so committed to this, because like
people want to hear that also.
Yeah, because when I get the setbacks, all I got to do is put myself back to where I was feeling and realize that I'm just one guy. And I felt that. There are hundreds of thousands of people out there suffering worse than I did, that were closer to that, quote, trigger moment than I was. And I was pretty damn close.
I mean,
But we won't digress too much into that. Anubis, what were you gonna add?
I mean, personally, when I first started like kind of just being around this Discord, it was when No Gamer Left Behind was considered like the thing y'all wanted to do.
Yeah.
And like I didn't really come around that often whenever it was your personal Discord, which I liked your streams. I didn't really watch a lot of them because, quite frankly, I didn't have the time.
It happens.
But you seem like a decent person. The community seemed pretty good. I stuck around. But, like, again, not everybody is going to think that what you're doing is what you say you're doing, and
Correct.
that's the saddest part about this
Right.
that's the saddest part about any content creation. Like,
Well, yeah.
If you want to be taken seriously, like you said, tell a story. Because if you tell a story, that's how people understand what you're going after. Because again, like you said, people will understand that you've been in that situation. You've been in their situation before.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're looking to influence somebody else, they have to know where you've come from. You have to know that you two are alike. And that's how you attract people to your mission that will ultimately benefit. So going way back to what we talked about, what would you prefer to be called? TSG, Real, Bytes?
Sorry, my TSG is actually my initials, but it's Tiffany.
Okay, Tiffany. So in that case, Tiffany, it would just be that pivot with your message. Let people know that you are where they were, and then offer a hand. And then when you offer that hand and you have those people, obviously there's only so many people you can help, personally. Like if you have a way of mass marketing your message, like Twitch, where you can scale it, you can literally talk to 1 billion people at once. It's still the one stream. You could do that, or you can just help people individually through DM and through, playing games and meeting them. And that's great too. One is not better than the other. But yeah. And I would just say, be true to what you say. I never claim that I'm going to be best friends with people because I can't. I already know that. So I don't make TikTok saying like, I'm looking for new best friends. I might make a TikTok that, is like following a trend about friends and community and building friendships and all that. But I don't say like, hi, my name's Ryan. I'm looking for more best friends. Join my Discord. And then people join and I can't. I'm already at capacity for the most part. I'm going to still be acquaintance with people, say hi, be friendly. But to form more deep bonds, I don't have the mental capacity. I'm more focused on reaching more people, going wider than me personally going deeper. But my hope is that every person that joins is able to form those deep relationships, even if it's not with me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. Thank you so much for answering my question.
Woo! Good stuff. Other cues.
No.
I actually do have a question.
Go ahead. Hit me with that streamer question, brother.
I am not the best content creator. I never have been.
Yes.
Because I have depression, and depression hits me like a truck.
Yes.
And I've been trying to get through it. Like I've never really had, like you said, that group.
Yes.
I've never had that group unless it's my IRL best friends, which they're the best I could ask for.
That's awesome, man.
But I've never had that group online.
Cool.
I've never had that place. I've never felt that particular place online.
Cool. Okay.
And I don't get a lot of. I started streaming because I wanted to talk to people while gaming whenever I was gaming alone.
Nice. Smart.
I don't know exactly how to get more attention to, like, I don't want a shit ton of money from it. Like, if I get money, I get money, whatever, but
Sure.
I want, like you said, I want friends. I want people to play with. I want
just
I want that, but I haven't really been able to gain a lot of traction with it.
Totally understand. So I know that you joined late, Anubis. So we actually already went over this in the beginning. So I'm not going to dive in as deep, but I am going to give you like a quick 2-minute synopsis. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So if you are looking to, in your case, make friends and just get like, I don't know, how many viewers would put you over the moon, Anubis? Like 5?
More than 1.
Okay, so 5. Let's just say 5, right? So if you're looking to get 5 viewers, right? If that's the outcome, you have to do something very important, right? The first thing is you have to bring people from the unknown to the known, all right? Now, just so I can get my thinking straight, what does depression have to do with this?
my whole thing is I don't always have the drive to like stream and like be
Sure.
consistent.
Okay, I get it.
So
Yeah, it makes
like
sense.
gaining reputation is harder for me because I don't have that consistency.
Sure, it can be. I can appreciate where you're coming from. So, if you're trying to get again 5 viewers or people who come to your stream and hang out when you play, what you need to do, the first thing, and I'm sure you would agree, is getting people who don't know who you are to know who you are. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Once you've done that, you essentially have to go through and figure out, or I'm sorry, not figure out, you have to go through and have a lot of people come that don't stay. And the reason is they're just not friend compatible. Let's be real, right? Everyone, to be friends with somebody, like to have an actual like meshing friendship where it's like give and take, there needs to be two people that are around the same level of like maturity,
Mental state.
talkativeness. You know, they have to identify with each other, right? So
Yeah.
when you're getting people from the unknown to the known, you're going to find that maybe for every 100 people who know about you, only one actually becomes what we're talking about, a friend or a viewer, right? Would you say that's maybe fair? 1 out of 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then to solve your problem, you need this. You need to get people that don't know who you are to know who you are. If I was coming to you with this problem, how would you tell me to solve it? How would you tell me to get people who have no idea who I am to know who I am?
Be consistent, be like just be friendly, be consistent, be able to get yourself out there, and even when you're not mentally able to, still find a way somehow to do it.
Sure. So I really like where you're coming from because you're coming from a mental place, which I love. 80% of everything we do in life is psychology. It's your mental state, and I love it. You've got the nail on the head. Keep going, even when you don't necessarily feel like it, because that's what friends do, right? Like if if you say to a friend, "I'll be there," and you don't feel good, assuming that it's not like the worst thing in the world, you'll show up to support them, right? So I love what you're saying. But what I'm really asking is technically, what is the technical thing you would do to get unknown from known? Because essentially you could be consistent on Twitch, you could be friendly and all that stuff, but if you're streaming to 0 viewers alone, that really won't help you, right?
Yeah.
So what is the technical thing that will solve this problem for you? Where do you have to put yourself? If on the least effective... Oh, go ahead.
Other social medias.
Okay, very good.
Other social medias make content in other places, not just Twitch.
Very good. So you have to go where people are. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Perfect. Where are people the most right now?
TikTok.
Bing, 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 bing! You win, brother.
Ears.
You win big. TikTok is the best way of getting from the unknown to the known. Because guess what? You can make one video and you can go from having 0 friends to 100. And when I say friends, obviously they don't become friends overnight. They're acquaintances that become friends over time. And before somebody says something like, well, it's impossible, that'll never happen. Well, guess what? It happened to me.
You did it.
Yep. So, like, you can do it too. And, like, granted, it won't be the first one. We talked about this earlier in great detail. The voice started us off with some great questions. And we talked about how anything worth doing well is worth doing poorly first. So your first 25 TikToks are going to suck. Aren't you glad you came to this positive talk? It's true, though. Like, your first 25 TikToks are going to blow. Like, you're going to watch them back in a year and cringe. But
I actually took a break from TikTok for a bit.
Which is fine. But just so I can finish my thought really quick, Anubis.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. But the first 25, it's okay to suck. Because at the 26th one, it'll be okay. And by your 100th one, it'll be good or great. And then you'll be able to have some real reach. And again, it's not about the followers you have. The way the TikTok algorithm works, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. I started a fresh new account just for a test on Tuesday. By Wednesday, I had 1,000 followers.
Jeez.
You don't need, like, if you guys are curious of that account, let me link it so you guys can see that I'm not bullshitting you. This account is literally like a day old, or it's a couple days old, and it's yeah, I mean, it's already doing the thing. Hold on, let me grab it. So yeah, it's at 1,800 followers. I literally just started it. My first TikTok was
Nice.
2 days ago. Right? Like,
Wow.
like this has happened every single time I start a new TikTok. Now, why? Because I'm
Because
putting
you know
out
how
stuff
to-
people want to see. But guess
Yeah.
what? My first account, the TikTok masked ninja, I think I got a max of 100 views on each video for like a month. Because people were like,
That's
this shit
where I am.
sucks.
Well,
Like that's where I am.
And that's
Like,
okay.
I have three TikToks over like 2,000 plus views.
There you go. How many
Oh,
TikToks have
nice.
you made in total, Anubis?
Probably like 50 plus maybe, but I honestly have no idea.
No
That's
worries.
cool, man.
I don't keep up with them.
No, that's fine.
But-
What I would say to that is you're on your way, and then when it comes to making the TikToks and getting better, doing within a time frame matters a lot. Because if it takes me 3 years to make 25 TikToks, I'm not going to learn a lot TikTok from TikTok. But if I make 3 a day, I'll learn a lot TikTok to TikTok. You know?
Like that's a thing. That's my thing is like,
Yes.
again, sometimes I don't have that drive.
Oh
Sometimes I
yeah,
don't
dude.
have that.
None of us do. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Like I don't like. Hold on, just so we're on the same page. I don't wake up in the morning. Just so we're on the same page. I don't wake up and I'm like, oh boy, time to go make some TikToks. Fuck no, I hate that shit. I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I make a video that's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But like the majority of the time, I'm like, this shit sucks.
Yeah.
But I have to do it to push my mission forward. I care more about pushing this mission forward and reaching the people that is suffering, just like I was, than I care about how uncomfortable it is to make TikToks. So it's
I
just
do one every
yeah.
day
There you go, you know?
in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just it's less about feeling like it. Yeah, I don't feel like it. A lot of us don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning, but we do because that's life. If we stay in bed, there's nothing to experience, you know? Yeah, I mean it's the pros and cons of stretching for any goal. What I
made
would
a-
advise is find something that you care about that's greater than the pain you experience by doing the thing. So for example, if making TikToks is uncomfortable, you don't have the motivation, find something to emotionally pull you to that thing. So for example, for me, it's my mission. You know, if I didn't have the mission, I can guarantee. So like, I'll tell you really quick. The first 4 months, I didn't really have this mission. So guess what?
Yeah.
Sometimes I posted 3 TikToks a day, but sometimes I didn't. Guess why? I didn't feel like it, so I didn't. And then some days I didn't stream, because guess why? I didn't want to. But now there's something that pulls me. So when I wake up, because I had a terrible night of sleep and I only had 5 hours, which for me is terrible, and I feel like dog water, but I know I got to stream that night, and if I don't work out, that I'm going to have an unproductive day, I go and get my ass to the gym. Right? Because it's not about me. Will I benefit? Sure. But guys, if you are only caring about yourself, we will always do less for ourselves than we will for others, in my opinion. Like
It's not motivation anymore. It's a habit. It's just becoming a habit of every day to grind. And I have experienced this after 15 years of working out. I've got that herniated disc last year, so it all fell apart for me.
Yes.
And so I have to rebuild myself from scratch again. Even though I have a family, my little girl looks up to me. My wife's sitting on the couch right now.
Yes.
And what I do is I've started a TikTok account like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Fuck yeah.
And the only thing I say in the morning is, "Good morning, TikTok. How are you? If you're struggling, keep fighting. And if you're reaching out, don't pull your hand back." And I get mostly around 150 views on each day. And for me, that's okay. If I only reach one person that says, "Okay, fuck it, today's not my day, I'm not going to do it," sure, I'm making another one tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, if that's your goal, you fucking did it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I've started to appreciate the little small things like millimeters, not even meters or decimeters, centimeter, no, millimeter work, because my recovery is millimeter work.
Of course.
And I think as a 33-year-old dad, I think I'm doing a great damn job.
Hell yeah,
so
brother.
far.
and I think this is really the name of the game, right? It comes down to this: push versus pull. A lot of people think that you need a tremendous amount of willpower to accomplish the things you want in life. And the answer is willpower will run out. I don't care who you are. Even the grittiest and toughest people in the world have an expiration date with their willpower. If you are just pushing yourself, you eventually will break. However, if there is something that pulls you, you will never stop. And that's what I have with this mission. It's a why. A willpower is when you're like forcing yourself to do something because you think you should, logically. A why is when the emotion's so strong, you'll die before you quit. So, and there are different levels of why, you know, how strong it is. Some people have a why to pay their bills, you know, so they go to work, you know. But then you have a higher why, which is like, you know, impacting the gaming space so no one suffers. Yeah, man. Woo! That's a big why for me.
I just haven't found that drive yet. Like
yes, you're good. You're asking. So now wait. So now before you go on, I can see you so close to making a breakthrough. Instead of saying why you haven't found the drive, if you were to ask a question, right? The questions we ask lead to our focus, right? Where focus goes, energy flows. If you want to find the answer, what is a question you could ask yourself right now that would help you find this answer, Anubis?
What do I care about most as of right now?
It's a good start.
Nice.
Good start.
Like not like as of like right now, but like how do I want to impact the field that I'm going into? How do I want to impact?
Yeah.
Like how do I want to impact other people and what I want my content to be?
Yes.
Nice.
So here's another thing to think about. I don't want to assume that people out there are altruistic. If you guys aren't familiar with the word, it just means like they want to take care of other people. They want to help them. They want to see them grow. They want them to flourish. You do not need to be altruistic to get what you want in life, right? A lot of people want to think you do. You don't, right? You are not an evil person if you're trying to make more money. You're not. No. So like, for example, like, you know, a drive. So I'll share something with you. I had something driving me when I started my first gym. But before that, when I was just going to start a martial arts studio, but ended up didn't, and started getting into the fitness space, it wasn't about helping people. It was about financial security, right? I never made more than $8 an hour when I was 18. And I wanted financial security. I wanted independence. I didn't want to have to ask my mom for money. You know, I wanted to be able to be free. So I started going, okay, well, what is it going to take to get there? It's like, well, I need to make this, that, and that. Okay, great. So for me, what was driving me was this, right? But then once you achieve this, you know, and there are there are different levels of this, of course. But like, if I'm being totally honest with you, why did I go into a depression when I retired?
Because you didn't have anything to drive anymore.
Boom, baby!
Nice.
Because the thing that was driving me, that was so important, my mission, was gone. A lot of people think that money's the reason we work. No. The reason we work is a purpose for our life. Money's a part of it. And the people who finally achieve financial freedom, like I have, know that. And a lot of people never learn that, which is fine. But if you're
think it's easy, but it's not.
No, purpose is what we're after in life, right?
There's a reason why anything you do is called a grind.
Well, yes and no. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I'm grinding. I work 12-hour days most days. And when I say
that's just the absolute thing you want to achieve when work doesn't feel like work, but
you
like
enter
passion.
flow. Yeah, you enter
Yeah.
a flow. And you're right, Anubis. Everything is a grind. The difference is whether it feels like it or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can you, and this question, Anubis, is not something like, would you agree that answering this question, what do I care about enough to pull me out of bed? Right? Do you feel like that question's valuable, yeah? Like it would be very impactful to find out. So if it's very important, don't get discouraged if you don't answer it in a day. It took me 1.5 years to answer it. And I'm pretty smart. I think I'm pretty damn smart. But guess what?
Took me more than 25 years.
Yeah, it took me 1.5 years of trying and failing, starting businesses, and then realizing, fuck, this is nothing. All this is an opportunity to make more money, and I don't care about that. I started 2 businesses that were making like, I think the first one like was making like, I don't know, $10,000 a month in the first like month, and then the second one was making $25,000 a month in the first like 3 months, and I closed them both. Why? Because I didn't need more money. I needed a reason to live. And that's what I have with this, right? Now, of course, I know what you're thinking. Well, why didn't you just give it to me? Well, I didn't know you at that time.
No. I wasn't thinking that at all, actually.
Yeah. You're like, damn, I could have used that.
Like, yeah. Well, I mean, that's just it. Like, how...
What are the things you like?
Yeah.
Write it down. What do you like?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I
Not
don't
like monetary things, not monetary things.
Yeah. Just literally think. So let's write down, like, let's say we're all trying to help Anubis right now, because we obviously are, right? Let's write down what would be some questions that we could, have Anubis write down, or Anubis that you could write down, you can answer too, that would help you find this out for yourself.
My bad, my phone went off.
No, you're fine. So, like, one question would probably be, what do you care about? Right? So, like, for me, when I asked myself that question, it was, well, I care a lot about animals. I care a lot about dogs. I know a lot of dogs are suffering. Well, maybe I'll, and then that starts putting me down a string. What else do I care about? Well, I care about video games, but that's not going to help anyone. And that was a mistake, because I said that and it stopped me from looking further, when really that's where it lied all along. So when you answer, what do you care about? Write down everything you could think of. There's no wrong answers with this, right?
Can I give you an example?
Please.
In 2018, I did a 200-kilometer charity bike ride in 12 and a half hours on a racing bike for severe sick children. And I'm very creative and blah blah blah. I pop up the greatest ideas, and like mountains no high enough. And for example, my wife is very like toned down. She says, "Okay, well, what do you want to achieve?" Well, I want to achieve that. I want to raise money for severe sick children. All right. And the main reason for me was because a cousin of mine got severely ill. I wanted to do something not for me, but to give to the world. So I did that race, and 4 other colleagues joined, and there were so many people that were so negative all the damn time. It really it went so far that it started me doubting of myself, and that's the danger of those people. They pushed you so far that you're doubting yourself. But what I'm getting with this is I followed through with my plan. Yeah, I trained for it. I achieved it. I raised over almost $1,000 for that day.
Wow.
I wrote a little book about it, and
awesome.
I printed that book and sent it back to my sponsors to thank them.
Wow.
And 2 weeks ago, I thought, what do I want to do with this book? Because it's laying here, and I had the manuscript yet, so in English and in Dutch. And I've sent it to, how do you say it in English? To someone publishers. Yeah, I sent it to a publisher. Maybe they can do something about it. I can make a nice amount of money with it, or maybe not. But I want to put it out in the world,
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. You had a purpose. You had something bigger than yourself.
The same thing with my sickness right now.
And oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go on.
No. I have something to add after. Go ahead.
And now also with my sickness, my book is called not only a herniated disc, but also due to coronavirus and everything, mental health is a severe disease and problem in the world right now.
Yes.
And my sole purpose is I've created my own Facebook group, blah, 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 called Talk About It. And what I want to achieve is that people gather there to vent off their stories, to empty their backpacks mentally, help and advise each other to connect the world, because I love to connect with people around the world.
That's beautiful.
And I'm using my 13 years of being bullied, my trauma, I use that for giving lessons at kindergarten schools, or no, the minor schools.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Can you-
elementary too.
Can you
Yeah.
send me that link
From
to the Facebook page?
Yeah, it's in Dutch, by the way.
That's fine.
And so
I don't speak Dutch, but I'll get a translator.
so I have different kinds of things for myself. I've written it down. What do I want to achieve?
Yes.
What's my goal? And I think that's very common for, I don't know what your age is, but Madeline.
22.
See, and I'm 33. So at the age of 22, I also didn't know what to do with my life. I had a girlfriend that's now my wife, and we were about to live together and build a future on that.
Yes.
But other than that, I've always struggled to find a good job that fits me and my needs.
Yes.
Like I'm going to college right now for graphic design. This is my last semester.
Mm-hmm.
And like graphic design helps in a lot of content creation. Like everything that you do in content creation is some kind of graphic design. So being able to do that, being able to actually like get experience with it while actually going through these classes helps, because it helped me figure out what I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Cool,
Because
man.
I was going to school for marine biology until I got kicked out. Long story.
No sweat.
But I went to plan B, which was wanting to become a video game designer, which we don't have one around. We don't have a school for that around here. So next best thing is graphic designer. I went to school for graphic design, multimedia track, and I learned that I actually enjoy it. Like, it's something that, even though I don't always have the drive to do it, even though I don't always have that spark, I know that I can easily get that spark just by thinking.
Definitely.
That's cool.
You got it, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Then
what it's
you're on
about,
your right
man.
way. Serious.
Yeah, you're on your way, man. I'm really happy to hear it. So to not ramble on too long, we've already been here for 2 hours, and when I say ramble on, I mean myself. We've been here for a little over 2 hours. I think it'd be good if we start to close out. Are there any questions unanswered? I know we talked about a lot today, and I will be posting a recording for this as well if you missed the beginning. But any questions that you just are burning questions that you just really would like an answer for that just have not been answered? Brilliant. Awesome, guys. This was great. This went kind of as intended. I just wanted to have kind of an open forum, ask questions, not be in the stage, because honestly, I don't love the stage. If we have like 100 people, it's necessary, but I don't want to feel ever like I'm talking at you guys. I want to feel like we're having a conversation and I'm actually giving value, not just what I think you guys need. So hopefully today was valuable. Hopefully you guys got something from it. And I normally wouldn't ask anything in return. Like we said, just give, and you'll be fine. There is one thing that if you want to feel no pressure, I want to make that extremely clear. I feel weird even saying it, but if you did get value and you do want to help me or NGLB, we are pushing for partner this month, which means that we need to keep 75 average viewers. So I go live tonight at 7 and tomorrow at 7. I usually post when I'm going live. If you're able to keep a tab open, You don't have to watch, but just being a viewer can help us hit partner. And if we hit partner, we'll have more reach, more brand deals for giveaways, and it'll just make me happy, you know? So it feels like a milestone. So if you're able to do it, awesome, but no pressure.
Yeah, man. I will send you the manuscript in English for my book.
Yeah. Yeah, feel free.
Hey,
Oh,
Ryan,
yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, what's up, Zealous? Oh, yeah,
I wanted to-
Dad, if you could send that, the Facebook group to me as well.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you already did. Great. Yeah, I want to check that out as well. Zealous, what's up?
I think someone in a different chat said the tournaments right now for Splitgate. Is that true or no?
It is so not true.
Damn it. You know when that's gonna be? You know when that's gonna be?
No, it's not even planned.
Oh. Alright. Well, I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, feel free to keep hanging out and talking amongst yourself. I'm gonna go shower because I literally just came in from my workout and then just pieced. So I guess I'm going to go silent really quick, deafen, and go do that.
Yeah, man. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, guys.
Have
I
a
hope to
good
see you around the
day.
server. You know, feel free to just pop in any VC I'm in chat, or, you know, obviously you see a lot of other people here. Very friendly place if you guys just want to come hang out.
Awesome.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, man.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you for your time.
My
Bye-bye.
pleasure. See you guys. Bye. All right, guys. Whew, I know that was a lot. Hopefully you gained something from today. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. You know, at the end of the day, the mission is really just to help gamers feel less alone. So my hope is that this information, you're able to take it, utilize it, and reach more people that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to reach on my own, and help make the gaming industry, maybe not gaming industry, but gaming sector a little less toxic. Yeah. My name's Ryan and Snoop. You can use the description down below to join the Discord, which is where we just held that. And we have a bunch of other events coming up. And that's about it. If you like the video, like it. You can subscribe for free because this isn't Twitch. And you can share it with a Twitch streamer that you think would benefit. All right. Lots of love. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!